Hi friends, welcome to A Journey into Fitness. I'm Susan Rubenstein. So today I'm celebrating the joy of fitness outside. As we move through the season of summer, it's always nice to take our workouts outside. We don't necessarily have to have props with us to do that. I did bring a few things along today, but the main thing is to get our bodies moving, to feel good, to take those walks, to go out for a light jog. Something that's going to get your heart rate up is really important. And then combine that with your own body to get stronger. So we don't, like I just said, necessarily need to have weights and bands and props. We can use our own body to get stronger, to stay healthy, to work on our bone density, to create strength from core, balance, abdominals, back, hips, all those good things. So without getting too much further into that, just some important things to think about before we start today. You want to make sure that first off, you feel healthy, you're hydrated, especially when you're working out. You want to think about, have I been drinking enough water? Have I had something to eat in the last couple hours? If you're somebody that likes to work out first thing in the morning, eat something light an hour before you work out, or 30 minutes, but not something heavy where your stomach has to work on digesting it, and then you'll start to feel uncomfortable if that's what your body is trying to work on instead of the workout itself. Also, dress comfortably. And try not to feel confined in the clothes that you're wearing to work out. You want to feel good about what you're doing. I don't have any shoes on today, but sometimes for balance, for support, for stability, just even some things going on with your own feet, you may want to wear those sneakers. Keep those sneakers in good shape. Remember, if we've had our sneakers over a year or two, it might be time to trade them in, because sometimes we find we have issues in our back, in our joints, because our sneakers are shot. There's no more cushioning. So that's a great little tip. And then most importantly, make sure before you do any type of fitness program, you run it by your doctor. If you're brand new to exercise, congratulations, you've taken that first step. So you want to just maybe talk to your doctor, rule out any potential health risks, or maybe you're coming from something and you're trying to get strong and get back on your feet. Just talk to your doctor about what type of exercise is good for you. You can find many exercise programs in your communities. I know in Simsbury we author a plethora of exercises at Eno Hall, and it's a great workout for everybody. So without any further ado, we're going to get started. So what I'm going to have you do today is just kind of get your body warmed up. Most of the time when I'm doing these shows, I'm hoping that you've done something on your own, like got warmed up, maybe did a walk that morning or afternoon, or maybe plan on doing it later on that day, or I'm going to complement your jog or something else that you've done. So I'm going to have you just start to lift your legs up. Right, so if you haven't done much, let's get the stiffness out of our body. And then as we're moving, we want to start to incorporate breathing. So what I like to do is think about inhaling and exhaling. So you can do that with the moves of you moving your arms and your legs. Nice deep belly breath in and belly breath out. Good. And notice I'm just keeping a nice wide stance here as I get my legs moving. And then I'm just going to tap my toes and add a little torso rotation. Sometimes our backs are a little bit stiff, especially if we are starting to exercise after sitting for extended periods of time. So we want to think about opening everything up. Nice big move. Good. All right. So then from here, I'm going to push back and I'm going to curl the heel up towards my seat. So these are called hamstring curls or just kickbacks. All right. So you want to bring the heel up towards the seat, knees right underneath your hip. Take a nice deep breath in as you're doing this. Pumping some energy through my arms. Good. All right. So then from here, I'm just going to reach across, turning out my toes. So what is a warm-up? A warm-up is just an exercise that you want to give your body 3 to 5 minutes before you start maybe weight training or muscle conditioning, or even going out to just take a walk or a run. It's nice to warm your body up if you're stiff. And then just get your feet moving in front. Extending your arms. Try to think about moving in all different directions. You don't have to have a fancy fitness move to do that. Just something that's going to get your body moving. All right, so let's take those feet out nice and wide. Now I like to lean side to side. This is a great one to loosen up my hips, inner thighs. Think about keeping your shoulders back, chest up, nice big lean. And then with that, we can start to reach out side to side. Good. So if that feels good, just kind of maintain that nice and smooth, lots of control. Good. And then we're going to take it back. I'm going to get a little scoop to my spine, starting to warm up the legs, Looks a little bit like a squat, but we're just kind of fanning our spine in and out. We're going through a little bit of flexion and extension. And then come up and working on lateral moves, right? So we think about the different directions we move our spine. We talked about flexion, extension, adding those side bends, the lateral moves, and then those big moves for rotation. So those 6 moves are really important. And then just bring your feet in, a little bit of balance, start to roll your ankle around, pointing and flexing. Do that on the other side. One other thing, I have water with me today, so it's always a good idea to have it nearby. Drink as much as you need to. Don't let yourself finish the workout and be extremely thirsty. Try to just stay ahead of the game on that. All right, so we're gonna bring our feet in together. Shoulders drop back, palms are open. So just some simple exercises to keep you healthy and strong. We're gonna take the arms up, lift the heels as we inhale, and then bring them down. So we're gonna start to do what we call calf raises. We're spreading our toes, rooting down through the balls of the feet as we come up, gently lifting up those heels, breathing in, and then breathing out. Good. So just moving the body, right? So we wanna think about. And when we're thinking about lifting up those heels, we're strengthening our calf muscles. And then we're starting to discover a little bit of balance, right? So now I want you to bring your heels up and then start to pedal. 10, 9, so you're tapping your heel to the floor. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, drop that down. Now, I'm gonna have you step out a little bit. Turn your toes slightly out. So if you were looking at a clock, you would see 11 and 1. Bring your hands behind your back. Now you're gonna lift those heels up, bring the arms up, slide the hands behind you. Again, digging those toes in. So if you've ever taken a barre class before, you might hear the word releve. So basically that term means rising up onto the tips of the toes, lifting up the heels. So we're strengthening the calf muscles, but I've angled my toes out. So it's just kind of changing the muscles that we're working with. All right? Good. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, and this is nice because my toes are turned out, so I've opened up my hips. Reach, reach. Now on this last one, I'm gonna come up, reach up and alternate. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now I'm gonna take a big step out. So now I'm really opening things up. So turning my toes out a little bit more, turning it to 10 and 2. Reach your arms out. Now, I'm gonna have you keep your chest lifted, shoulders and hips nice and square. We're gonna rotate the palms behind, sit down, squeeze and come up. So as you're doing that, I want you to think about keeping that spine what we call neutral. So think about sitting in a chair, right? You have the back of the chair. The back of the chair keeps your spine neutral, keeps it from curving if you're leaning against the back of that chair. So we wanna do that right now. Knees press out towards my toes, but notice they're staying behind the big toe line. We'll do 4 more of these. 3, good, 2 more. 2, now bring it down on 1. I'm gonna have you turn your palms over. Now you're gonna pop those heels up. Lift and lower, a little tricky, right? So we've widened the chain, made it a little bit harder now, right? Because we're in a wider stance. We've dropped down to use those leg muscles. 5, pull your tummy in. 4, 3, can you raise your arms above your head? 2 more. Now let's pop those heels up and alternate. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, shake that out. So there was 3 progressions there. That's really great about exercise is that you can start to build. The stronger you get, the more you can add. All right, let's take our feet now into a regular squat position. I brought a ball along today. You can use a ball. You can use your own space of your hands, just imagining you having a ball in front of you if you don't have one of these. We're gonna take our feet just to the outside of the hips. I'm gonna hold that ball straight out in front so that my arms are parallel to the ground. I'm gonna take a deep breath in. I'm gonna sit down and then raise that ball up. So I'm starting to move into squats. Squats, as you notice, are really important to strengthen hips, thighs, buttocks. But the main thing is form. So when you're coming down into a squat, I want you to make sure that you can still see the edge of your big toe. We want to keep the chest lifted. And we ought to feel that sensation that we're pushing weight back down into our heels and then pressing up to come to the top through our heels. So you want to wiggle your toes from time to time in your shoes or if you're in bare feet. So I'm just doing regular squats. If you were to look in the mirror, a side profile, you would see just a shape of a lightning bolt in the body. So let's do 4 more. Again, we're going to move through progressions. 3, squeezing that seat, using your inner thigh muscles. Good. 1 more. Come up. Good. Now, take that ball back out in front. I'm going to change hands. I'm going to row back and switch. So you can do this without using the ball. Just take your hand, draw that elbow back by your side. Good. Now again, make sure your knees are not buckling in like this. You want to make sure that you have a nice open space, as if you're trying to tap your seat back on a chair. Let's do 10 more. 10, 9, good, tummy's in. 8, 7, 6. So I like to start with squats. It really is a great way to warm up the whole body and get those big primary muscles moving. 2 more. 2 and 1. Good. Now, take the ball up, reaching it overhead. Now, you may not feel comfortable doing this if you have rotator trouble. If you have anything going on with your rotator cuff, drop your hands back in front. Otherwise, hold that ball up. You're going to squeeze it, sit down, and come up. So now we're engaging a little bit more of those abdominal muscles. We have 12 of them. We want to keep them nice and strong. Wiggling those toes, pushing back, and then lifting. Chest is up, chin stays parallel to the floor. Good. 6 more. 6. Push back. 5. Start to feel the heat build. 4. 3 more. Last 2. We're going to find a hold at the bottom, and then we're just going to imagine we're tapping our seat against a chair. Tap. 10, 9, 8. You can squeeze the ball at the same time. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you may notice those legs are starting to heat up. Great job on that. All right, so now let's bring the feet back together. I'm going to have you take the ball up. You can do this again without a ball. Let's do some side bends here. Let's start to do some standing work for our waist before we take it down to our floor work. We're going to bend, tap, reach, and lift, and then we go to the other side. So we talked about this before. This is the lateral flexion, bending side to side, reaching up tall. Now, what could we add to this? We could add a heel raise at the top. Come down, release, push the heels up. Come down, release, push the heels up. So we're trying to find our balance. Up, down, side, up, come down, side. Good, so this should feel really good on your spine. Keep going. I'm going to do 4 more of these. Last 3. 2 more. 1 more time. And come up. Good. All right, shake that out. So that just gave you a little bit of side bending. Now, another one that I like to do is opening ourselves back up, nice and wide, taking the ball, bringing it out, and then as you move it into your hand, bring that hand behind you. Then what you're going to do, you're going to take a deep breath in, you're going to turn and pivot. So we inhale, notice the foot comes up, turn and pivot. So we're working on that twisting motion, rotating the spine around. You'll be surprised at the muscles that you're working. Pull your tummy in. Now, this probably feels really good on your hip as well, right? Reaching and then pulling back. Reach and pull back. Good. So these simple moves, these simple exercises are really effective for functional training. Functional training is training that you give to your body so that it feels healthy with an everyday activity that you're doing. Pause as I have an ant running up my leg, and now I don't. Reach. We're going to do 4 more. 4, 3, 2 more. Now notice on this last rotation, I'm going to turn to pivot because it's a perfect time to pivot. Shift the ball out. Shoulders and hips are square. I'm going to take the back foot. I'm going to start to lift the foot up and down. So now I'm incorporating what we call balance. So scoop the belly in, pressing on that ball, or if you don't have a ball, just imagine something is in between your hands. Lift that back leg. You're going to do 5, 4, 3, 2. Now on this last one, I'd like you to lift that foot. Can you hold yourself up? Can you raise the ball? Scoop the belly in. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it down. Shake that out. Good. All right. So we always want to think about each and every day, how can we incorporate balance into our routine, into our daily activities? Open up. Let's get the other side. Reach across. Good. Again, we pivot. As we're pivoting, pull the tummy in. Notice I'm coming up on the toe. I'm scooping the hip in and opening. This actually feels really good because I'm also feeling a great stretch through the back muscles, through my ribs. Reach. Good. Do 6 more. 6. Last 5. We're going to do 4 more. Last 3 coming your way. Reaching. Final 2. Good. On that last one, we take that smooth pivot. New direction. Scooping those arms out. Setting the shoulders down. Pull the belly muscles in. Now, find that gaze point. Lift the back leg up and tap. Squeeze, firing up through your glute. 3. Good. Nice and strong. 5, 6, 7, 8. Pressing into that ball. 9. Now let's take that leg up and hold. Raise the arms. Find your balance. You might feel a little safer being near a wall or a chair. And let's take that down. Good. Nice job. All right. Keep those belly muscles pulled in. One last exercise for balance. Now, we're going to take ourselves, I'm going to turn around. Slide your leg back. Now, one leg back, extend that opposite arm all the way out. Now, this is a little bit trickier, so you may want to take your free hand and set it onto maybe the back of the couch, hold a wall, again, a sturdy chair. I'm going to put my hand to the waist, pull my belly in, strengthening up through my standing leg. I'm going to take a hip hinge. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then breathe in, come up, and then bring it down again. 4, 3, 2, 1, come up. Try to keep the hips in alignment. We'll do that again. 4, 3, 2, 1, and come up. And then we're going to bring it forward. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now if I'm feeling really in the mood, I'm going to do a little tucking. Knee in, elbow in, meeting somewhere in the middle. So I have my gaze point, scooping the belly in, reaching out, lengthening through the spine. 5. You're going to shake a little bit. 4. I'll blame it on the wind since I'm outside. 3. You're going to do 2 more. 2. 1 more. And then see if you can hold that leg back, the arm out, or even start to maybe lengthen, lifting, scooping the belly muscles in, reaching, and come out of that. Nice job. That was a difficult one. So again, take your time. Have fun with it. Don't overthink it. Just kind of think about what works for you, what feels safe, and what support do you need. All right. So let's take our shoulders back. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. Same thing. Slide back, reaching out. We're going forward. 2, 3, 4, and then come in. Good. Reaching out nice and long. Breathing. Just making sure the breath is even and not held for too long. You don't want to hold it through the whole exercise. You always want to make sure that you're doing a nice balanced inhale and exhale. Let's do that again. Nice and smooth. Reach. And then scoop in. We'll do 3 more. One side you'll feel a little bit more wobbly than the other. Natural imbalances in our bodies for all of us. Reaching, we're going to do that one more time. Good. On this last one, hold, maybe some tucks, taking it in, thinking about using our lower abdominals. Reach in. Good. 4 more. 4, 3, 2 more, 2, 1 more time. We're going to take a nice hold here, staying here, maybe put our hand on something for support, or maybe continue to come all the way out and find our balance. Take a nice deep breath where you are, and then exhale and let yourself come up. Great job on that. All right, let's just shake it out before we start coming down to some floor work. So just lift up one leg, great time for balance. Bring it down, and then slowly lift the other leg up. Helps to stretch out the seat and the lower back. Now I'm going to do this with a little bit of a twist. And then I'm going to come to the other side. Good. Let's do that one more time. Maybe extend the leg out a little bit. And then go to the other side. Good. Let's take some nice deep breaths in. And then release down. All right, I'm going to take it onto my hands and knees, so come on down with me to all fours. If you feel like you want to put something under your knees, you may want to take a pillow underneath there or fold your mat up. So what we're going to do is think about getting in position. Just make sure we have enough time left together. All right, so slide your hands right underneath your shoulders. I'm going to take a nice deep breath in. Now, as my shoulders stay back, my belly's pulled in, I'm going to extend opposite arm and leg. Inhale, release. And then go to the other side, reaching. Good. Do that again. Inhale, and then exhale. So it's about finding that nice, easy rhythm within your own bodies, staying connected to what you're doing. This is great for core strength. As you can see, you're working your balance. It's also great for the extensors of the spine. So you're really getting all three in one. Let's do a couple more. Good. Now on this last one, can we extend the leg? Can we extend the arm? Take a deep breath and then bring the elbow in to the knee. And let's do that. So similar to what we were doing when we were standing a few moments ago, tucking the arm and the knee in. Now we're doing it on a diagonal. Think about hollowing your belly. Good. Scooping in, extending spine. 4, 3, you're going to finish up last 2, reaching out. One more time, extending, and then extending all the way out. Flex your foot, align the hips, nice and steady, and then release, take it in. Good. Let's press the hips back. All right, let's finish up. We don't have much time left, but we want to make sure we're balanced on each side. We ready? So let's take a nice deep breath in, and then exhale, extend. Good. Nice deep breath in. Now, take a deep breath and then exhale, tuck. Good. Going out and then tucking. Going out and then tucking. Good. Reaching, scooping in, lengthening. Always protect the head and the neck. Make sure you're not bouncing the head up or down. Just keeping it neutral with your spine. 3 more. Good. You've only got 2 more to go. Deep hollowing in the belly. 1 more time. Take a deep breath. Reaching in, and then extend everything all the way out. Flex. Palm faces down or in, whatever feels good on your shoulder. Nice and balanced. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Slide your knees back. Stretch back. All right. Let's take it around to our backs. We've got just a couple minutes left. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in here. As we start to lie down, I'm going to have you just take your spine, settle it into the earth. Knees are bent, shoulders are down. Let's start with our palms nice and open. So if we know what bridge is from yoga, or if we're not familiar, just watch for a moment. It's gently lifting the hips up to a point where we're feeling those glute and hamstring muscles work. It's a nice stretch for the lower back. It's almost as if the lower back is in a hammock. And then we're going to lower that down. But we're going to incorporate a little bit of arm work. So when we raise the hips up, let's inhale, raise the arms up. Reaching nice and high. Turn the palms, bring them back down, lower the seat. Let's do that again. Coming up. And bringing it down. Good. So you want to keep your head still. We don't want to look right or left. We want to make sure we're protecting the artery in the neck. Taking our seat up. Lowering the seat down. One more time, take that seat up and lower the seat down. Good. Now, I want you to take the seat up and start to alternate lifting and lowering your feet off the ground. Good. So you're lifting your leg up, your knee is right over that hip. We're just marching in place. If you need to put your hands underneath your seat, you can lower it to help protect your back or keep your hips all the way down. Good. Now, when we're doing this, can we raise the arms up, palms facing in? Good. Now on this last one, let's make it a little bit more challenging for that last piece. Extend one leg and pulse up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Take a deep breath. And then exhale and do the other side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final hold, reach, 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 and bring everything down. Nice job. So that was challenging, right? We didn't really need much for that. If we had the ball, great. If not, you were using your own body weight. So we kind of touched on some of those important muscles. So let's hug the knees into the chest. It's always important to finish up with just a couple minutes of a stretch. I love this one as the tail comes up. I'm able to open up the lower back. And then let's take the knees over to one side, open your arms to a T. We're going to turn our head in the opposite direction. Maybe take that top leg and straighten it out, flex your foot. I love this because it stretches the seat, the outside of the thigh. We call this the IT band. Gently bring your head through center. Let's hug those knees in again. Take a nice deep breath in. Drop the knees to the other side, and then look the opposite direction. Extend that leg out nice and long. Bring that leg in, come through center, rock a little bit on your spine. Straighten your legs up, do some ankle circles. This is really nice just to drain out fatigue off tired legs. If you have time, you can just rest your legs up against a wall for a few moments. Good, let's put our feet down. Carefully as we roll to the side, we're going to come up to seated. Going to take a nice deep breath in here. Cross your ankles. Bring your hands into your heart space. Let's take 3 breaths to close. So inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more. And then as we finish that last one, thank yourself for showing up today. Just a few moments each and every day is important to take care of you from the inside out, because that's the story of self-care. I'm Susan Rubenstein, and I hope you enjoyed today's exercise session, taking care of you. That's what it's all about. So until next time, have a great rest of the day or whatever your journey is today, and I'll see you again. Take care.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.